Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of calculating tax. This is standard 7.13a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 22 of the 2022 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have the price of a computer is $899. We got a sales tax rate of 7%. And what is the sales tax of this computer in dollars and cents? All right. So $899, it'd be a lot easier if that were $900, but we're going to have to do a little bit of work here without a calculator. So how do we calculate sales tax? Well, sales tax, right, is the amount of money that is being charged by local, state, even federal governments in order to just generate revenue for various things. And so each city has its own different sales tax, simply because they might have a local tax on top of the state or the federal tax. But we need to multiply $899 times 7%, but we don't really multiply by percents. So what we need to do is first change this percent into a decimal. All right, so how do we change this percent into a decimal? What we do is we look at the decimal spot, and we realize that this percent here, right, 100% is one whole, right? If we get 100% of something, we get the whole thing. So in order to make this into a decimal, what we need to do is we need to take the decimal point, which there happens to be no decimal point. So when in doubt, always put it after the ones place right there, right? And we're going to move it over twice to the left, once, twice. And so we're going to get a 0.07, so 7% is the same as 7/100ths. Because if it takes 100%, you kind of see the lining up here, 100% to equal one whole, and you can see we're just over a few decimal points. Now we can multiply. We're going to multiply $899 times, I'm just going to keep it .07. We don't need the 0 in the ones place. We're not even going to multiply by the 0 in the tenths place. We simply just need to multiply $899 times 7. I'm just going to keep this here because we need to keep track of how many decimal places we have. So 9 times 7, 63. 9 times 7, 63. Add the 6 is 9. And then 7 times 8 is 56. And add the 6, 62. If I really wanted to, I could multiply by this 0, but then I'm just going to get a whole row of zeros. So there's really no point. What we need that for is when we multiply by decimals, we don't worry about lining up the decimals or anything like that. We simply count how many digits are behind the decimals in the factors. And I've got 1, 2. All right, so I need 2 digits behind the decimal in my product. So $62.93. So over $60 of tax. Now, just to make sure we kind of did it right, that $899, boy, that would have been nice if that were 900, right? Turn in the 900, right, times 7, and that's going to get your 63. Of course, you needed some extra zeros right there, but you see how we would have, if we would have done it like this. Look at that. See, pretty close. Pretty close. All right, so $62.93, but now we've got to bubble it in correctly. We can do all that work. I'm not going to, and we can get it incorrect if we don't bubble in it correctly. All right, so on our bubble sheet, we're going to get a long skinny line with no bubbles. It's the decimal point. We got 2 digits to the right. I didn't make this long enough here. We've got 4 digits to the left. There we go. And we're just going to bubble in 62.93. That's our answer.